or even to all. Right? So the visible king says to the great king, right?
King David.
Right? King David said to, right? Because we know in the spirit, we're allowed to say that now. So he said to him, right? And
well, the books have been opened, right?
yeah, that's right.
Open, man.
That's
Sorry,
right.
sorry.
Close to you 66%ers and you wicked. And the Lord Yahushua said, who then is the faithful and wise steward, whom is Lord shall make rule over his household, to give them their portion of meat in due season. Right? So this is a great thing. And, without getting into too much about who Peter is and all that stuff, right? It starts with leadership, righteous leadership.
That's right.
And it's committed that way. And that's why we know that we're at the front lines and we're not boasting about nothing. Okay? We don't have no time to boast. We do that in our closets. The Yahweh Shem Yahushua, when we pray in the spirit of meekness and wisdom. That's when we boast. And even then we're afraid. Okay? But he knoweth the way that we take. Right? So when we tell you Israelites down there who are coming to ask us questions and so forth like that, and we believe in the spirit that you are, part of that 7,000 that haven't bowed to the knee of Baal, you got to come up under us. That's just the facts. Through the spirit and power. That's what I want to say.
I got a picture for you.
Yeah, go ahead.
Jeremiah 9:24, KJV. It says, hold on a second. That's lost it. It says,
All right, while you're looking for it, the next precept.
Jeremiah 9:24. No, it'll be quick. 9:24.
Oh, okay. Okay.
Jeremiah 9:24, and it reads, but let him that glorieth, so boast, boast in this, that he understandeth and knoweth me, that I am Yahweh, which exercise loving kindness, judgment, and righteousness in the earth. For in these things I delight, face Yahweh. So it's okay to boast as long as it's boasting in righteousness, man.
Yeah.
That's right.
Right?
Boasting is different than being proud.
God.
So his servant, verse 43 in the same book, moving on, it says, blessed is that servant whom his Lord, when he cometh, shall find so doing. Right? So what is he saying here? Right? Even though 36%, 66%, 33% is the elect, 66% so-called this truth is shut down to, you're not going to get it. Right? The men of the Lord is reaching out to the elect. That's what this fine soul doing. Right? And this servant, right there, it's telling about the apostles. Right? The disciples at that point that we're reading, later on became the apostles. Right? To understand that. So, yeah, fine soul doing. Doing what? Still pushing for the 33%.
Right.
In spirit and in truth. Yeah, that's what this is. Alright? Verse 44, it says, I'm going to get to 48 and make the point real quick. It says, of a truth I say unto you that he will make him ruler over all that he had. Right? The men of the Lord can say that, right? When we came into the truth. Right? If you didn't hear about who Tahar was, the apostle Tahar, right? Or the other men, right? You would find out quickly, because that's who you learn this truth under.
That's right.
Right? That's a ruler, righteous ruler.
That's right.
Right? That's always part of it, giving praises to Yahweh Shem Yahushua in the prayer and double honors to the apostles and elders who rule well in spirit and in truth. So it's clear here. Okay? Alright? This is a beautiful chapter, but I'm going to get straight to the point. 48 verse, and then you can go back to where you're going there. So it says, verse 48, but he that knoweth not and did not commit things worthy of stripes shall be beaten with few stripes. Alright? So that's just simply saying if the Lord committed you and you didn't know, you're going to get whipped for it. Right? But then he gives encouragement here in the next part of the precept. He says, for unto whomsoever, right? And they like to put it like that, but it's really talking to the elect. For whomsoever,
Of
right?
Israel, of the elect.
Of the elect, let me say it now in the Revelation.
Don't get sick.
Much is given of him shall be required. So that's proven leadership in the Lord's church. It's not about the apostles, because at the beginning it talks about speak to us in parables or tell us the truth. Yeah, I'm going to speak to you the truth, tell you the plain truth, and then I'm going to speak to them in parables. Right? So you guys out there, you Israelites, you know, humble yourselves, man. You know, because before honor comes humility.
That's right.
And that's what we're showing you in spirit and in truth. So if we say something to you, right, and you don't accept it, we're going to have lots of questions coming at you about why you're coming up against us. Right? Did you hear what I said? We're going to have lots of questions. Right? So whatever your statement is, we're going to have a lot of questions asking you. Right? And we're talking about the doctrines of the Bible through the Spirit and power of Yahweh Shem Yeshai. So it goes on to say, let me just finish it. It says here, for unto whosoever which is given of him shall much required, and to whom men have committed much, for him they will ask the more. Okay, so that's the point, right? It's coming from the throne right down, the throne of Yahweh, Baal Shem Yahweh Shai, right on down. Starting with the leadership and so forth. That's the point I want to make. This is a beautiful chapter.
Yeah,
That precept? Go ahead.
Okay. So there's a book of John, chapter 17, verse 4, says, I have glorified thee on the earth. As Yahweh Shai speaking this in red. I have finished the work which thou gavest me to do. And now, O Yahweh, glorify thou me with thine own self, with the glory which I had with thee before the world was. So it's basically saying, give me my body, man. Right? Make me how I was before, because this is before they came in and took him.
Yeah.
Right? So he's praying. Right? I have manifested thy name. Right? And the name is which we pushed. But the elder was speaking of something. He said name the father's name like 3 times in one sentence. Right? And you always hear the name Yahweh Shem Yeshai push through the body of GMS, man.
That's right.
I remember Nate was saying, so I hear your name there, Yahweh, I just turned. He's basically like denouncing, hearing the name. It's like noise to his ears.
Blasphemy. That's worthy of death.
Con, it's music to our ears, man. We greet each other in those names.
There's power in that name. Huh?
Con.
Yeah, that's right. That's why the angels are here, man. They hear that name every day.
Con. The Proverbs 30 and 30, man. The name
Strong tower.
Strong tower.
That's right.
Con. All right. Back in John 17 and 6, I have manifested thy name unto the men, which thou gavest me out of this world. Out of the world of Israel, man. Okay? Not like all Israel didn't get this name. Nope. They're still calling him Jesus, man. And Allah, some of them. Okay? And Vishnu and Rastafari and Islam. You see what I'm saying? We are the one who was given this name. Okay? So Yahweh said his prayer was made for us, for our sake.
Can I back you up?
Come on, jump in.
Romans 11 and 7. What then hath not Israel hath not obtained that which he seeketh for?
And what is it? You remember it down?
Yeah, the salvation, man, and the true doctrine. Because in these other churches that they have, they keep going around. They keep calling on the name of Jesus and God, right? With these false doctrine. But the Most High blinded them. He didn't want them to get the true name. That's the reason why he gave them an idol, man. Worship that. I don't want you. Understand?
They become dross, man.
Yeah.
Dross. like rejects, dregs.
Yep. Israel hath not obtained that which he seeketh for. For the election hath obtained it, and
The elect.
Yep.
The elect. Okay? That's why we call ourselves the hopeful elect. Okay? And we're those men. If it's not us, then who is it? It's clearly nobody in Christian church.
That's right. That's right.
Right? The holy rollers.
And you men that was in this truth and you left, your conscience is seared with a hot iron. That's
That's
what
right.
it's actually saying.
And the rest were blinded.
Yeah.
Okay, and by who? Yahweh Shai, man.
Yep.
Right? Your rejects.
Mm-hmm.
Okay? So back in John 17, verse 6, thine, I have manifested thy name unto the men which thou gavest me out of this world.
That's the elect, man.
Thine they were, and thou gavest them me, and they have kept thy word.
That's right.
Now they have known